So, how do you like me as a captain's hat? Pretty classy, wouldn't you say? Now then, where were we? That monster's name is Bowser? Well, we'll chase him down in no time in the Odyssey. Seeing as how we've got some time to kill, let's review some useful skills. Travel tip number 1, ground pound, blah 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 blah. Well, there it is. If you need some more, you might want to look at the action guide. I'd said no, but there we go, you took me here nonetheless. It's always there for your perusal. Open up the menu with plus and select action guide, or I'll force you to do it. We should discuss the Sand Kingdom too. As you've no doubt pieced together, it is entirely covered in sand. As you can imagine, it gets quite hot. There are some ruins there, and an artifact called the Binding Band that links people together. Like a wedding ring, only more disturbing. And this Bowser seems to be like the sort of creep who would steal a priceless antiquity just for his sham wedding. Hello everyone, stalking Cappy's voice. Hello everyone and welcome back to Super Mario Odyssey with me, the Doctor. Brought to you by the British Broadcasting Corporation. Yes, we can all do this accent, it's just in there somewhere in the DNA of the British people. So, here we are in the Sand Kingdom. Huzzah! I declare the maiden voyage of the Odyssey a complete success. But why is it so cold? I thought deserts were supposed to be hot. I read that as desserts in my head and I was like, oh, there's a funny pun to be there about desserts, but even Nintendo didn't make that shite pun. Ah, the top of that tower is shining. What could that be? Could it be a power moon? And we'll be dealing with that in 2 episodes' time. Because for now we have some backtracking to do. The Odyssey needs 16 more moons to proceed, but we're going to head back. Not even back to the Cascade Kingdom where we were last episode, but we're going to head one back to where we started off in the Cap Kingdom, because there's a lot more stuff we can do here now. So you'll notice within each kingdom, you also have the name of the area. So the Cap Kingdom is the area as a whole, but we are in Bonneton is the area of it. Which it probably wouldn't surprise you to know is modelled after Victorian London. Hence the spooky fog and the buildings and the top hats and the... Even though this game is not voiced, the Cap Kingdom people are clearly coded as British, I'll put it that way. But there's 2 new characters for us here. There is, first off, the Hint Toad.
Hi, Mario!
Oh god, I hate Toad voices so much. They hurt my throat and they sound like shite.
To help out Princess Peach, I'm doing a survey of power moon locations. Having trouble finding power moons? I can help you out for 50 coins! Wanna buy a hint?
Oh my god, my voice is... Oh my god. Absolutely do not want to buy a hint, but thank you. He'll mark one on your map for you though if you do that. Then secondly, hello kiddo, I'm Uncle Amiibo, please do make your acquaintance and all that. Hey, you got any Amiibo? Absolutely not. He does stuff with Amiibo. I've never bought an Amiibo in my life. I'm sure they're great, but they just seem to add... They're a little collectible thing that I don't care for, and they add content that I don't need for games. But here we are in Bonneton. It's very cool. It's got a bit of a Tim Burton feel to it, which is kind of cool. And we have over here purple coins here, which were not available the first time. So every kingdom has its own purple coins. As Cappy's saying, these coins are only good in this kingdom. And there's 50 in this kingdom in total to gather, and we are actually going to gather the vast majority of them this episode, hopefully. So, let's grab a couple of these, and then you'll notice there's frogs here. But the frogs are wearing hats. Knock the hat off, and capture the frog. So now with this, that is our target, is that moon over there, and we can get to it with the aid of a friendly frog. I say friendly. I have no idea if it's friendly or not. We've essentially kidnapped the man. I say essentially, we literally have. Arguably, we possessed him, which is, I think, slightly worse than kidnap. Because it's like, I was going to say it's involuntary kidnap, but I don't think kidnap is necessarily voluntary by nature either. But you see what I mean about the slightly troubling philosophies raised by this game. But as you saw there, when we jumped on top of this platform, we raised another platform, and then we get to a power moon on top of it. Wonderful. Right, let's head over. If I spin the camera around, there's a bridge over there called Glasses Bridge. Let's head to it. Or I can kill myself. That works too. So what happens when you die? You are charged 10 coins by the ferryman, presumably, and then you just come back to life. So there we go. In most Mario games, Mario just comes back to life anyway, but in this game he has to pay for the service, which is, I don't exactly know how to interpret that, but there we go. So, well, first off, let's grab, there is a checkpoint up ahead here in town. Oh, that's cool. But we actually won't be going there for now. We want to hop off of the bridge to the right here, and you will notice we have a new capture to grab here. There is A Paragoomba, wonderful. And now we want to head, if we head over here, so we can fly repeatedly by hammering A with the Paragoomba, and fly off into the mist. We can fly as far as we want. This was not where I thought it was. Interesting. I think I was over there I was heading for. Oh yes, my notes do indeed say west, then north, not just west. One of the things I've deeply enjoyed about practicing this game and planning it out, it has a compass there, and on the right underneath my health. And not only does, so the arrow of the compass shows which direction Mario is facing, that red section shows what the camera is looking at, and having those two things be separate is real handy. I love it. It's the Let's Player's dream. Here we have another cap door, which leads us into a secret area. So this is the frog pond. If we head around here, or not, well, let's grab a frog. There's not much you can do in the frog pond without a frog. Here we go. So these are a new concept. These are moon shards. And there are 5 of them in total. They're kind of like, well, Mario Sunshine didn't really have an equivalent, but I think you had like star pieces. Oh yeah, you had star shards in Mario Odyssey, that's what it was. But there are some purplums in here, but I can't for the life of me immediately figure out where they are. But I'm sure they will become obvious as we climb up further. There is a third one here. 4th moon shard over there. There we go, those are the 4 purplums. I knew they were there somewhere. Can we make that jump? No, our survey says. Let's try that again. Actually, we can just hop up this way, this is a bit better. And let's grab these purplums. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. Now I can hopefully make that jump in reverse. Not really. Right, need to keep reminding myself of this. The frog is good at vertical height, not horizontal height. Because that's not height, that's length. Right, let's get back up to where we were. I could just abandon the frog. I could do it. I shouldn't though. Right, let's try and... Oh, I can dash actually, can't I, by holding run. Right, if I dash jump. There we go. So, there's a moonshot over there. But what I actually want to do is get onto this tiny little thing. Because, so, every like little secret area that's behind a door like this tends to have 2 moons in it. The main moon and a second auxiliary moon. And this is the auxiliary moon here. Secrets of the Frog Pond. But obviously the primary moon we're able to get here is the one that we get from gathering all these moon shards. There's 4, and the 5th one is hiding in there, and it's a real shitey one to find. And the only real way up to it, you can do that jump I just did there if you're good, but I unfortunately clearly am not. But if we wait until this platform's in the right position, as this moves right past it, hop-hey! Up we go and gather our 5th moon shard. And with that, we can of course just gather the moon that they collect, and then I will see you back. Oh, there we go, back outside. So up here, we have got. There is over here. Yes, here we go. There's a lot of boxes here, and if we smash them with Cappy, then behind them are 4 purplums. Wonderful. We're going to be gathering some purplums for a bit now, I think. So I will let the music play because the music's quite cool in this area. I think it's one of the many things that gives this place a kind of Tim Burton feel, is also the music is very Danny Elfman. Ooh, cash. That's quite a lot of cash, actually. I'll have that. Now, we have got now another moon to gather, and this one can be a real tricky one, because it feels to all intents and purposes like it's impossible, and it bamboozled me no end the first time I played this game. Because I mentioned that sometimes you need to use motion controls for stuff, and I got a Switch basically when I knew I had a summer with a shit ton of travelling going on, so I was just going to a lot of like conferences and stuff like that, and I was spending a lot of time on public transport. So I almost exclusively played this game in docked mode, which means that the motion controls don't work. You can't shake the whole damn thing. And so there were certain moons like this one. I was just like, well, this is just literally impossible. I must be doing something wrong. If we go on top of this top hat here and jump, there's a moon there, but it's just out of reach. If I connect my Joy-Cons and shake them, we do a high jump where you can do it. But you have to know that that's a motion control thing. Most of the time they are, technically speaking, optional, like that. As in, you can not 100%, but you can beat the game not 100%ed just using moons that don't need motion controls. So you technically don't need motion controls, but if you're 100%ing, you do. But unfortunately, I find the two Joy-Cons like plugged into the base that they connect to. I don't find that a very comfortable controller, whereas I really like the GameCube controller style ones. Anyway, we've got something new here, which is a scarecrow. So scarecrows are what's called timer challenges. You throw your Cappy onto them and they will start a timer. You then have a limited amount of time to go and get the moon wherever it should appear. There is Cap Kingdom Timer Challenge number 1. Wonderful. Now, let's talk about shopping. So shopping is the function of both gold coins, other than to pay the ferryman, and purplums. So first off, gold coins. If we talk to this guy on the left, when it comes to coins, there are two sorts, golden coins and purple coins. You should know golden coins can be used in any kingdom, but purple coins are only good in the kingdom where you found them. So he sells things for golden coins. He sells various things you can wear. You can buy a kind of thing that gives you 6 instead of 3 temporarily, and he sells a power moon. Every kingdom will have 1 power moon for sale for 100 gold coins, not regional coins, purplums. So that gives us the shopping in Bonneton one. To the right is always a counter as well that takes purplums. So they sell you various bits of stuff. I'll go through these in a second, but they can also give you things to wear. So I'm going to wear this and the top hat, I think. We're going to go for the real fashion of this. We're going to dress like a fucking magician, because why not? So, with those bought, what do we look like? Wonderful. Right, let's, with our sweet new threads, let's head, not that we need these for anything, though some of the costumes do things, this one does not. Let's head inside Top Hat Tower. Now, if we grab ourselves a frog, what we actually want to do is get above where the entrance was. And this is another section. There we go. I should just keep these a bit closer. God, Joy-Cons are deeply uncomfortable, but I really don't like them. Like, the Switch itself as a console in handheld mode is not... It's actually surprisingly comfortable, but I do get very sweaty when I'm holding it as well. But the Joy-Cons detach. It's just... Something about it does not work well with me. But yeah, because you need to actually super jump to get up there successfully. But now I can put them back. Cool. Right, let's get about halfway up. And then we've got another 3 purplums here. Well, more than 3. 5 purplums, good lord. Which are arranged vertically. Doing pretty good. We've got 44 out of the 50, so there's only a few more to get. I know it says 29 on the screen, but when you gather a purplum, it tells you how many you've got in total, rather than that one up there in the top left, which is obviously the amount you've got less the amount you've spent. Grab that, not that we need it, and let's head outside to the top of Top Hat Tower. So here, this was covered in rubble last time, but now we can get up here, is another secret area. And so we've got, so the secret areas in here have got a bit of a kind of Mario Sunshine feel. The music is far less infuriating than the music on the Floodless bonus levels. And of course here, you are not, you know, hatless or whatever. And this is quite a cool one where you've got the things going into and out of the walls. And then we move between areas with spark pylons. What the bugger? Oh. Should have waited there. You can time when you get off the spark pylon to avoid that. I keep calling them spike pylons. Right, let's head back over there. This is what I mean. You can just kind of wait here until these actually just pop out, and then we leave the spark pylon at exactly the right time. Now there's some purplums here which we just hop off at the right time to get them. No, I nearly didn't. Didn't give me. Oh, there we go. Yeah, you can obviously only change location when you actually get to a node on this thing, but whenever you are at a node, you can change direction. And I like what it does with the music as well. Now, if you remember me saying earlier, every secret area, pretty much without fail, has a hidden power moon in it. This one's a real bastard. so easy to miss that little bugger sticking there to the point where... So normally in my notes I just describe things, where I've said like, oh yeah, you know, get some purplums on the third pylon line, that kind of thing. That one I just fully included a picture in my notes, and then a note alongside it saying, do this. Okay. Well, I didn't die, but I am all the way back here, so I'll see you back up where we just were until I cocked it up. Right, let's try this again. So we want to go... Oh, there we go. Oh, no. Every time. What's wrong with me? He just... Did you see that? Ugh. There's a little trick on this level, which I may as well show since I'm having a bad time, which is if you use this wall, you backflip, wall jump... Let's try that again. Backflip, wall jump, throw Cappy, dive... The dive is a bit of a tricky maneuver to pull off, because basically if you jump, act as if you're going to do a ground pound, and then attack, you'll dive forwards like that. And you can do a series of events here where you go up. Right, let's try that again. Jump, wall jump. Oh, jump! Basically, you can get up there, and there's coins. I'll show it off in a second. Or do you just use this bit here? Is it that simple? Yeah, it is. So yeah, paying the ferryman when you die costs 10 coins, there's 20 up there, so you can't get a game over. That's hard to get a game over at any point in this game because there's coins everywhere, which I quite like. You know, that 10 coins instead of a life, much better, because life feel really arbitrary in a lot of the 3D Mario games. But this is a nice way of just basically having a hard area early in the game, and the game just being like, doesn't matter if you cock it up. Cool, right, let's actually head up to where I was again. Right, there we go, we've actually made it somewhat. Oh, why do I keep... This is the thing, when I'm having a bad one, I just intend to ground pound, which is like the worst thing you can do when platforming doesn't go your way. If anything, it's more insulting the fact that every time I don't die, I just go back to the beginning as if I had died anyway. Right, there we go. Turns out just actually normal jumps, absolutely fine there, and I was just cocking it up for no good reason. Right, we just need to drop off at the right points, grab ourselves the actual moon from this, not the secret one, and then on we go. So here, we have got to, first up, get to the very top of the tower again, because so if we go around here... Who is that little fellow up top? One of those, Bonnetoners, I think is what they're actually officially called, says. And indeed, there's a little fellow atop the hat, we know now. So let's climb to the very top of the top hat tower again, where we fought, whatever he's called, Topper, the Brutal. And indeed, he's had his own game and he's been in other games, but this is this game's introduction to Captain Toad.
Mario, fancy meeting you up here. That's right, it's me, Captain Toad. I'm traveling the world looking for power moons.
Oh, this voice is getting more and more like witchy as it goes on.
I climbed all the way up here because I wanted to see that big moon up close. I'm still not very close, but I found a power moon along the way, so here... Oh, fuck. It kills me every time.
So that's good evening, Captain Toad. And please don't talk anymore. Thank you.
The moon is so pretty.
There we go. He's done. He's done. And so am I. Right. This one is an easy one to miss. If you look down there, you can see we got a cheeky little secret. This is another secret area known as the Poison Tide. Spooky. So, we do all of this in the Paragoomba form, and so we've got moon shards, and so this thing is belching out poison tide in a kind of random way. This reminds me vaguely of, it's got a very kind of... Oh, bugger! That's why it's called Poison Tide, by the way. It kills the shit out of you. Fortunately, when you die in your moon shard, you've got stay. But yeah, these come up at random intervals, and it's got a very Paper Mario vibe. It reminds me of that section in Keelhole Key when the waves are coming across. But anyway, there's all the moon shards. Which, of course, gets us a moon. And one of the nice things I do like about this game is that, unless it's a story moon, when you grab a moon, it says, hey, you got a moon, but it doesn't like zoom you out or anything like that. You stay in whatever capture you've got and stuff like that, and that's all quite nice. That it doesn't hugely interrupt the gameplay for actually gathering a moon. It's one of the things I quite like. Of say, look at that. We came through to this back area, by the way, as you presumably noticed, and we have got every purplum now. You can also fly further up here. You're limited by how high you can fly in Power Goomba to a certain height above the last platform you are on, but here is this secret area's second moon. But yeah, this is what I quite like about this one. So, a lot of the... So Mario 64 had it, both the Mario Galaxy games had it, the idea that kind of when you get a star or whatever, it would basically restart... it would restart the entire game, that you basically go back to, like, whether it was on... Oh, by the way, if I bring up the map, You can select any checkpoint you've activated and press A to fly straight to it. So I'm going to fly to this one. Yeah, like it normally if you get like a star, it'll just take you back to Peach's castle or the observatory or whatever. I like the fact on this one there's a lot of moons to gather, but you can just gather them kind of out and about. And like we've got a lot here without it saying like, hey, da 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 da, and then taking you back to the Odyssey every time. It's quite cool. And even Sunshine didn't really do that. Some of the blue coins did that. Did any of the... I think even all the optional shines still walked you back to Delphino when you were done. And this one does have episodes in the way that Sunshine has episodes. That you have the... Per kingdom you have like the story moons, but it's not like I selected a certain episode in the Cap Kingdom, but it's like... Well, anyway, I'm going to buy everything from this purple place. So there's a sticker, there's a frog, and there's a Top Hat Tower statue, and we'll show these off in just a second. But yeah, I feel like this hits the absolute sweet spot between... You've kind of got freedom to explore. Like, I didn't like in the Galaxy games the fact you had like 2 or 3 stars per galaxy, and then it was like, and you just move on to a galaxy and there are a lot of galaxies. Whereas, say, in Sunshine, for example, you had like 7 main levels, which you revisited a lot. Here, this has a really nice balance of there's a fair few kingdoms in this, but you do revisit them. There's a lot to gather in them. They really get the chance to like give each kingdom space to breathe, and they're very unique looking. I must praise the design of them. If you hadn't got the impression, by the way, I really like Mario Odyssey. I think nostalgia is the only thing that at the moment means that Sunshine is a preferred game, but Odyssey I basically fell in love with when I first played it. It's a really good game, and I've been basically I wanted to let's play it sooner rather than later, but I didn't have a capture card that could capture from a Switch, but now I do. And so with that, you'll notice we now have a Bonneton sticker on the side of our Odyssey. You can get them with purple ones at any times, but I'm specifically going to only buy them from every galaxy when I've gathered every purple coin in that kingdom, meaning that there'll be a nice sign that we've essentially done everything we can in a kingdom. And indeed, we have got every yellow, like every power moon that we can get, yellow star I was going to call them, every power moon we can get in the Cap Kingdom at the moment. There is in fact a list of all of them along with their names here. There are these ones here, but you can't get them at the moment, take my word for it. And so with that, we are going to hold the episode here. Next episode, we will not even yet be going on to the Sand Kingdom. We will, in fact, be going back to the Cascade Kingdom, Fossil Falls, and gathering the extra moons and purplums we can get there now. So, thank you everyone for watching. I'll juice up as we finish. And I hope you'll join me next time for some more Mario Odyssey. Thank you very much, and good day.